I'm gonna get this show started. We got a lot of funny comedians coming up. Our first is Bocian. You guys give your round of applause. Make some noise.
Calm down. I'm gonna fucking blow it anyway. All right. So, yeah. Let's see. Industry comedy night. By a show of hands, how many people are bartenders or in the industry? Put your hand down. You're bartending. I see you. All right, who else? Yeah? Who else is off tomorrow as a bartender? Raise your hand. I'm looking to get a shift covered, and so busiest bar night of the year. God bless all of us. Please do not kill anyone twice, just once. But so yeah, speaking of corn and stuffing, my name is Wes. I'm here to bring the corn, and I'm stuffing it down your throats. So, Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving, there's a lot of funny things about Thanksgiving. If you can keep it down over here, no laughing aloud during my set. You know, I like what Thanksgiving stands for. You know, you get all your friends, your family in town. It's a beautiful thing. Everyone that you haven't seen in years, and hopefully it'd be longer than that if we didn't have Thanksgiving. But, you know, I think it's a lot like ordering a drink at a busy bar, you know, with that one regular that you hate, and he's there, you know, and you're just like, you do everything you can to, like, be over here when he wants a drink, and, you know, because you strategically sit at the table with all your family, catty corner from that one relative you don't fuck with. You just don't. So that's why, you know, and every time they want to say something, you're just like, let's start another conversation over here, you know? And so it's like, Thanksgiving's always great, all day, until they ask the question. When you going back to school to get your degree? You better have a degree in thick fucking skin if you ask me that one more goddamn time, I swear to God. Because, you know, you start making up different excuses, different answers, you know. When you're young, they're like, oh, you're in high school, how do you feel? And I'm like, my dick grew. And then, you know, eventually they're just like, when are you going to go to college? Like, what college do you want to go to? Well, the best one. I'm going to make my parents proud. And then high school happens, and they're like, well, you know, how do you like college? And you're like, well, I mean, the pussy's great. And then, or dick, I'm not going to judge any of y'all. But I'm open to all options. No, stop. And so yeah, and then eventually it's just like, stop asking me this question. I'm not going back to school. I actually ruined a Thanksgiving with that, with this very similar answer one year. When are you going back to school so you can travel and retire? I used to be a musician for a while, so I've done the traveling thing, 48 states, twice, you know, out of the country, all of that. That is true, but Miss Aunt wants to ask when I'm going to school so I can travel. You know, I finally called her out. It got really awkward, really silent. And I'm like, well, where have you traveled to? I live in South Africa. Great, where have you traveled to? Well, I've got a PhD. Shut up, no one cares. So just, it's not about retiring and traveling. It's about the good times. So, let's keep it about Thanksgiving while we're here. So, you know, I got a new house not too long ago. You know, thank you, appreciate that. You know, bought it in Bitcoin that I stole from my father, who's right here. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate the help. And so there was something missing. I couldn't quite figure it out. I finally figured it out. It was in the library. You know, there was books, there was hookers, cocaine, but there was something missing still. You know, so I rode the elevator a couple times, figured it out. And there was a void on this wall, and I wanted a mural, and I didn't know what to make it, but, you know, so I knew I wanted Banksy to do it, so I called Banksy up. He's actually a hard man to get in touch with, but finally got in touch with his agent, and, you know, he said, send him over, got some money for him. He comes over, he's like, what do you want? I'm like, I want your depiction of what you think was going through General Custer's mind during that war. General Custer, U.S. Army, you know, the Civil War, American Indian War, sure. And just, what do you think was going through his head during that war? Here's the keys, be back in a month. So I went on vacation to the Outer Banks, we'll get back to that. And, you know, so he's sitting there, he's watching, he can't figure it out. Finally figures it out. He calls me 2 weeks in. He's like, hey man, I'm done, you can come back. I'm like, it's only been 2 weeks. I said you get out of this house for a month, you done? He's like, yeah, come on back. So I was like, all right, flew back. Get there, and I, of course, like a little kid that just got a mural painted in his house. And I see it, it's there, it's huge, I don't fucking get it. It's just like, what am I looking at? It's a giant cow with a halo, and all around this cow is just a border of Native Americans fucking every position. Reverse cowgirl, front lasso, whatever you were into, they did it on that picture. And, you know, especially you though, I like the haircut. And, you know, so I'm like, call him up, and he's like, hey man, what do you think? And I'm like, it looks great. Don't get me wrong, I just don't get it. Can you come over and explain it to me? He's like, sure. So he flies in, he walks in the room, he's like, all right, what don't you get? I'm like, I'm looking at a fucking cow and fucking Indians. He's like, well, you're on the right track, it's simple. Holy cow, look at all these fucking Indians. So that was it, that's all he gave me, and I was like, you know what, I'll take it. So I came in from Pittsburgh last night to be here. Before you clap, I'm not a Steelers fan. Now you can clap. Yeah, look, go Ravens. Woo, Lamar Jackson, please throw the ball. Dear God, you're going to be on IR in 2 seconds. But, hey, we won. So, yeah. In Pittsburgh, I don't go to Pittsburgh for any, like, good reason. I just try to go there at least once a year just to wear my Ravens jersey and walk around. You know? Ray Rice jersey, let's double up, you know? So, I'm walking up to this Panera Bread, because I'm clearly a vegan. 46 pounds has never looked this good. But, yeah. And, so someone went out of their way to ruin my day this time. Like, have you ever heard someone open a window from a block away? Like, it's pretty aggressive. Like, hey! I'm the only one walking up the street. I'm looking around. Yeah, you? Me? Fuck you! I'm like, oh, wow. I've never even met you. You never said hi to me once in your life. It's like, yeah, you woman beater? I'm like, oh, whoa, hold up. 27 on my jersey? Is that the amount of times I punched her? Like, come on, man. I just support the team. I don't support the habit. So, you know, back in the Outer Banks, I did my first open mic, true story, about a month ago, and I was drunk, sure. We had it was the first time I went on vacation in 2 years. You might as well. And 6 hours from home, let's try it. So I go in there wearing, no bullshit, the shortest shorts I could find at the beach that said like OBX across the ass, and a pink fanny pack to match. Now the bar was cool, it was called Secret Island, or now as I know it's Secret Island, it's a leather bar, I didn't know that. But, you know, the more you go, you start catching on to the little things that happen, and, you know, I showed up in the short shorts, so that's the night I found out. But I sat down on stage, you know, I never claimed to be good at stand-up comedy, so I'm going to try something new. It's called sit-down comedy. But I was wearing my short shorts, sitting like this, and this biker comes up on stage. Big biker dude. I'm like, yeah, it was a biker bar too. Go figure. They do that too. And he comes up to me, comes up on the stage, and I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was about to beat me up or something just for being there. I'm like, whoa, man, hey, no, sir! I want no problems. And he puts his jacket on me, like his biker vest. I was like, oh, okay. I can get used to this, you know, maybe I can take my shirt off now. Like, no shirt, no shoes, yeah, whatever. So, couldn't do it, found out, I asked him, he said no. Loser. But, yeah, like, I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, man, this guy must accept me into his biker gang, you know? I'm not a biker. I mean, the one time I rode a bike, that was cool, but I went home and I told, to the house, I told all my friends, I'm like, yeah, this biker, like, put his vest on me. They're like, whoa. Why? I'm like, I don't know, seemed like a cool guy. His name was Hambone. Turns out he wanted the T-bone. But, yeah, like, they're like, dude, that's like pretty much, I don't know if you ever heard the expression, like, hold my pocket, or hold my, yeah, like in jail, da-da-da, never been. But I would go for some of y'all. No, but, God, that's disgusting. But yeah, they're like, you should never have let him do that. You're pretty much the equivalent of, he owns you now. I was like, oh man, whatever. So I wake up, the owner texts me, he was a cool guy named Drew, but he's like, hey man, I forgot to take down the sign that says open mic, you want to come back and try again? I was like, well, try again, that's a little passive aggressive, isn't it? Like, I'll come back and do it again. I thought I did a decent job to all 6 of your leather friends, and you know, so I come back, and sure enough, you hear this chopper pulling up, a big American flag. And I'm telling this joke about Hambone, and I'm like, oh, is that Hambone? They're like, who else would it be? I'm like, oh shit, okay, it's Hambone. He walks in, comes in, runs right to the front, where I'm at, and he's like, looking for it, finds me, he's like, where are your shorts at? Sorry man, that was a one-time thing. Turned and left. Turn around and left. So Hambone definitely wanted the D. Or to pound me. Whatever, he didn't get to. For the right price, I wouldn't. I saw a headline pretty recently that messed me up back in like June or July. It said, Urban Axes, Highlandtown's new premier axe throwing bar is now open. Excuse me, who let this happen? Why? Like, can you imagine the potential of things that could happen at an axe throwing bar? Jesus Christ, like, well, I got an idea, like how that, they're sitting in the boardroom, let's get a bunch of people fucked up, put them in a confined space where I can literally chop your fucking head off. Do it, open it, green light, let's go. And they put it downtown, right by Pratt Street. Jesus Christ, so I want to go, let's get a party together, all of y'all, let's do this thing. But I don't know if you've ever seen body parts in a bathroom, but like, I feel like if that's something you want to knock off your bucket list, this might be the spot to do that. You know, like, hey man, that's my girlfriend. Hey, cut your dick off, bloop, just toss it in the bathroom. You know, hey, that's my beer. God, cut your wrist off, bloop, toss it in the bathroom. You know, rest in peace, Dick. At least he died in the same spot he always peed in. But, you know, the hand, oh, he was so good at washing the other, But, the more I think about it, I think every bar should have a weapon of their choice. You know, I think it's kind of fair. It's a lot of shit going on in Baltimore right now. You should be able to protect yourself. But it should never be for the people drinking! Ever! Not for the guests. If anyone's dying at my bar, it is you, asshole. Like, I'm sorry. You know, hey, what time's your kitchen close? In about 30 seconds. Steak! Well done! Alright. Let me walk to the kitchen and see if they'll do. By the way, if you ever hear that from your server or your bartender, they're not going back to ask. They're going back there to talk shit about you for like 5 seconds, tell the chef that a piece of shit just walked in the bar, and they're going to go back and say, nope, can't do it. So, they would never do that. They're great bartenders. They are killing it. They would never do that to any of us. But, yeah, right? So, but no, I just think it's a very, very weird service. So you walk back out with your axe and you fucking cut their head off and you said, that's a service well done. There was a bar, this is a true story. I'm a bartender real quick, my name's Wes, I'm from Hamden. Well, live in Hamden. I bartend at a spot called Fraser's on the Avenue. And I'm also a drone racer. No, I did not say drugs. Everyone always hears drugs when I say drone racer. You do what? You race drugs? No! I take my time with my drugs. You know, you never want to beat that in a race. You take your time, you space it out, and you're good to go. But it's on ESPN now, drone racing. It's crazy. But whenever you're on a date with somebody and they ask you what you do, you see me? You never tell them you're a drone racer. Ever. You know why? Because they're going to look at you and say, oh, you never grew up, and walk away. So my buddy Cody, and it's on ESPN, you know, but what's the crowd like? How many people are in the audience, Cody?
Like 20.
12 is the actual answer, but it's close. And you know, he was one of the fastest pilots in the state. He went out to Vegas, did all kinds of shit. What's the most money you ever won in a drone race? Nothing. Probably like $1,000 between 6 teammates. You spent more on the flight to fucking get there. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, you never tell anyone, oh, you're the one. Do you spy on people? No. That's what you tell them. But yeah, I'm the one that leaked your wife's nudes. Like, come on, bro, through the window. And so yeah, there was a bar in Hamden. They got busted for polluting. Someone was driving by and saw the employees dumping tomatoes into the Jones Falls. This is true. I'm not going to put that place on blast, but it is a place called La Cuchara, and they did this. And yeah, so it's like, why? Like, don't you have a dumpster? Can't you just it's tomatoes. Put them in the dumpster, like. And first of all, pollution's never funny. You know the water quality we have here? Look at the harbor. The drunkest person in this room right now, you could tell them, hey man, $20, go jump in the harbor. They'd still be like, no. He'd let you fuck him in his bedroom later, but he's still not gonna jump in the harbor. But yeah, like, so I think the irony in that is that's probably the most like, true case of being caught red-handed that I've ever heard of. So, yep, here I am. So I've been stressing about this shit all week. Where you at? Come on, man, up the gear, up the gear. So, yeah, get on! But I was in the shower today, pretty much crying, like, I'm gonna tank. And you're trying to time yourself, see what 10 minutes actually feels like. Never been there. Still, I couldn't even make a joke last 10 minutes. I can't even. I'm a premature ejaculator, all right? My girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend will tell you, she's a little crazy one. She's like, I just want you back in my life. And I'm like, I want a restraining order against you. And it's just not going to work out. But, yeah, so I'm just up here to let you down. Easy. I'm going to do this thing where I look at my notes for a second. Hey, I did pretty well so far in my book. I don't give a fuck. Oh, yeah. So there was a recent study that shows 91% of people that order a Long Island iced tea are underage. Fun fact. You know how I know? Because I conducted this fucking study. You know? You won't believe the excuses I've heard. When someone orders a Long Island, give me your ID. That's what happens. You know, big parties, you get an auto card on a Long Island in my bar. You know? And the excuses are hilarious. You know, oh, I think I'll be right back. I left it in my car. No, you won't. And you're lucky I don't call your mother. You know, and oh, I must have left it in study hall. Here's your detention, scumbag. Go back home. You know, oh, it must be in the sleeping bag at Becky's house. Becky's a whore. Okay, go home. Drink your law. Drink your Long Island at home. But damn there. Holy shit. It's gonna grab the wall. I think, you know what? I'm happy with where this went. My name is Wes Bocian. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Dave Dubs, for a 72-year-old, you don't look a day over 80. I love you, man. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, you guys give it up for Wes. Make some noise for Wes.